Now, Tyler doesn't know that Reid isn't a traditional Wolf Run deck, particularly by leading with Copperline Gorge. That's a very confusing signal, you know? He could be red-green aggro, who knows? But he could also just be traditional Wolf Run, jam-packed with sweepers like Whip Flares and Slag Storms.
With just that single land, and also no creature. I mean, he could be most likely, you know, red-green aggro or Nyapod.
He could be Grixis.
Yeah.
And that's how you're casting your Ancient Grudge.
Oh my goodness. Now, Reid has communicated what he is. He's a mana-screwed ramp player.
Ah, he could be Grixis too. Reid played both of these cards in his Grixis deck in Hawaii.
Fair, fair.
Either way, I gotta think Tyler's happy with this whole state of affairs. Reid, meanwhile, probably sitting on Farseeks and Rainbow Growths.
I'm guessing he has at least 2 ramp spells in hand that he only needs 1 mana. He's on the draw here. Oh, well, insult to injury.
It's a start.
It's going to take something pretty miraculous to come back from this.
Tyler getting in there.
In for 5.
And it's so much tougher because Reid doesn't have any Slag Storms or anything to help sweep, clean up whatever, you know, whatever there ends up being.
Reid does have 7 miracles.
Bonfire for 1 would be pretty good.
And here I expect to see a Rampant Growth or a Farseek.
Yep. So what do you make of this if you're Tyler and you see Copperline Gorge, discard Solemn, then play Hinterland Harbor? Does this mean Reid's playing Rugpod?
I would guess most likely Rugpod up until the moment I see the Farseek, and then I would put him on Wolf Run Blue. That is a pretty island.
Dude, give me the Unhinged Island all day. Beta's nice. Unhinged Island, though, is like... the Unhinged Island is behind only drawing cards among reasons to be alive.
I'm still such a Lightning Bolt Island fan. 6 mana. Worm Coil.
Huh. You don't say. Come on, Reid. Temporal Mastery. Let's start doing this.
Not a good situation here for Reid. Image.
I've seen worse.
There we go.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right.
Copying your Worm Coil.
That'll play. That will play. I believe in Reid Duke. I believe he can touch the sky. Come on.
Bonfire in hand.
Huh.
And we were talking before
7
about
mana.
the scalable nature of Bonfire.
So when the Worm Coil attacks here, well, if the Thragtusk attacks, just block the Thragtusk. But I don't think it'll come to that. Most likely, just Worm Coils crash into each other, and then Tyler.
He's got Zealous Conscripts in hand.
Is he really?
Yeah.
What a 6 slow roll.
Oh. Well, I mean,
it kills the image, right?
But boom.
Attention players.
Is that even good?
I don't think that was. I don't think that was.
So don't you just crash with your Worm Coil, let him trade, and then Bonfire for 3? Yeah, because like now he has 2 blockers.
And
one
just the
one has
can
life,
come in.
one has Death Touch.
If he comes in with both of them, Reid is actually in a position to recover. Everybody crashes. Okay, well I'm blocking.
So
this
Death
and
Touch
this.
blocks the worm.
Yep.
And Lifelink blocks the
one of the 2 others. I don't know which one.
Yeah, it depends on the texture of Reid's hand. You could go either way. You either block the Conscript or the Thragtusk, depending on if you want Tyler to have the guy now because you're eventually going to have to kill them all and you're just preventing damage, or if you want to hit the Conscript so that you're preventing a slight small more damage next turn.
And Reid Duke there just looked
most likely you block the
tired.
Thragtusk. Because if you block the Thragtusk, at least, I mean, unless you just want that 1 extra damage next turn, I mean. Doesn't matter anyway.
It's a pretty rough one.
Bonfire is going to ruin all of the fun.
I think you might have an image.
No, he
in
has
his
to
hand.
not block the Thragtusk so that he can copy the image.
He leaves the he leaves the worm coil around so that he can potentially copy it.
All right.
Goes
Under
to,
pressure.
Goes to 4. Pardon me, goes to 7 plus 3 for the lifelink. Visionary?
Vision is scary.
Visionary. Back to you, Reid.
Let's go, Reid.
Okay, there's the land. Solemn.
That's game. She's gonna show him the bonfire and put him out of his misery.
There you go. To the next.
On to the next one.
Tyler.
Was he boarding in?
Conscripts. Potentially Ancient Grudge.
You know, the fact that he showed Solemn an image, I would not be surprised if he thinks that Reid is on some kind of a Rug Pod deck.
That's fair.
Even if he's got Wolf Run also, like he might think he's some kind of a hybrid. I mean, Reid has played Wolf Run Pod many times.
And if that's the case, especially if you're somebody that thinks that Reid would do that again, Ancient Grudge almost certainly will come in. And it's not terrible against Reid. It can kill an Inkmoth Nexus, it can kill a Solemn Simulacrum, and it can kill a copy of your Wormcoil Engine or one of the tokens.
So I think he's got to take the Worm Coils out. I mean, Worm Coil is just too dangerous. He doesn't even know about the Frost Titan, obviously, but just the fact that his opponent imaged it already, and his opponent did not appear to be the type of deck that you want the life gain against. Does he have any other 6, though?
Not in the main.
Oh, then he might just need to keep it, just because he has no other options. Acidic Slime's a good one. Probably want the Acidic Slime.
Slime should definitely come in. I could see taking out Thragtusk too, though, just because Thragtusk, giving Reid the option for a Thragtusk.
But the nice thing is that if Reid's playing sweepers,
you got a body after.
I like Conscript, and I like Hero of Bladehold.
Hero of the one-man army? One-man crowd, Hero of Bladehold?
This is a great weekend to be playing Hero of Bladehold.
You know, if you are out there, Josh Bennett, I think Hero of Bladehold is your actual living card. One-man army, one-man crowd.
Love it.
There we go. Reid Duke on the left, trying to get back from what was probably a one-land, multiple Farseek style hand.
For those of you not familiar with the work of OMC, he's one of the greatest Magic writers. Lower profile just because he's been doing WotC coverage and stuff for so long that he's been, he's worked for the man for so long that a lot of people don't even, a lot of the people today, a lot of the tournament players were never even exposed to his writing from back in the day. Plus, one of the casualties of forums no longer existing on StarCity.com. The ghost of OMC was one of the greatest posters. A moment of silence. Fortunately, 87% of the forums were awful, and we've moved away from that.
Well, it's funny because I actually really do miss a lot of the old articles. Had a lot of great content in the forums. It's still out there if you want to go search for them, but you have to actually do that work.
And it makes me really sad too, because there were a lot of good discussions. Like, we give a hard time to the forums, but the truth is, there were a lot of really good discussions there. Plus, a lot of writers got a lot better as a result of the feedback, because when people can be anonymous, the amount of honest feedback that they can provide is very different from a situation where, for instance, somebody knows your Facebook profile. And trolls are still gonna troll. I mean, people say a bunch of nonsense on the internet all the time anyway.
Wait a second. People say nonsense on the internet?
Dude, seriously. People, sometimes they'll just be mean. Other times they'll lie. And I know you don't think that they just go and do that on the internet, but they actually, they can do that.
I'm looking at the internet right now, and I don't think anyone is lying.
Wait, you're on the internet right now. Wait,
I am?
1 plus 2 is
I don't think
3.
so. Okay, we need Nathan Holt here to figure this out.
Dude,
for us.
I'm really enjoying Reid Duke's new haircut. No, it's like he's definitely going for that real good all-American Brian Kibler style of appearance. He's a little bit like he used to have more of a.
I was gonna say a 60s.
Yeah, it's the 60s. I am in college, and it's all love, baby.
I actually thought he was like maybe like a member of a band from the 60s.
Okay.
You know.
Absolutely. America's newest sweetheart, Reid Duke. Reid Duke is a person who has definitely won his fair share of tournaments, right? Like he won the Magic Online Championship,
Absolutely.
won the Grand Prix recently. He's definitely a closer. Although he seems a little underwhelmed by his opening hand. Reid Duke representing SCG Black here at the SCG Open New York. It's going to be exciting. SCG Black in Seattle. Going to have a few twists and turns. It's going to be fun.
Now, amongst the many players here, I see that the Da Vinci Code writer Dan Brown is here.
I think it's the same Dan Brown who usually plays in tournaments, and not the Dan Brown who wrote the famous books.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Could go either way, though. I guess we can't be sure till we have him under camera.
That's true. It's true. It's like the Dave Price that plays now.
Or one of the Mike Longs that plays.
That is a great mountain. Wow. Reid Duke, rampant growth for the greatest mountain I've seen since I hung out with Patrick Sullivan. I don't think I've seen Sullivan since Los Angeles last year. Blade Splicer joining Tyler's team. Turn 2 Blade Splicer off of a Bird of Paradise.
Reid just kind of hanging out.
Other players of note here, Joshua Cho, Kenny Castor, Jerry Thompson, Brad Nelson,
Matt Costa.
Matt Costa, yeah. Carl Dillahay.
Bill Bowden.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure if he's playing. I think he was playing in another event, but he's playing in side events.
Gerard Fabiano, I didn't know he was here.
Yeah, absolutely. Gerard was kicking it last night. Gerard Fabiano might have the most match wins of any Magic player.
He plays more Magic than anybody.
What's that? Oh yeah, he 100% has the most losses. I think he has the most wins though. I don't know for certain on that one. He is the Nolan Ryan of Magic. So we've got Blade Splicer and a Golem facing a Bird of Paradise. Reid Duke's Pillar of Flame, helping keep the board a little less threatening.
We already mentioned Dan Jordan. Ely Cassis is here as well, who's had a lot of success in our circuit.
I want to see Reid Duke start dropping some bombs. Drop some 6-drops. Yes, there's one. Worm Coil Engine.
Worm Coil.
That'll play.
Straight from the sideboard into the battlefield.
Straight out the frying pan into the flame. Dude, what's it gonna be like without Worm Coil Engine?
It's gonna be a glorious day.
No Worm Coil Engines, no timely reinforcements. Is it time for Red, man?
It's already time for Red, baby. It's already time
certainly
for Red.
Not already time for Red. That much is certain. That is a known thing.
He's got to build it right.
Thrag Tusk is the most popular card in the format besides Restoration Angel.
I know.
It is definitely not time for Red. Get 2 months, man. You gotta wait 2 months.
You just gotta believe.
2 months.
You just gotta believe.
Just believe in the heart of the cards, huh?
Yeah. You get a little Stone right out there.
Yes.
A little Chandra's Phoenix.
Yes.
To the
Stone
air.
right.
Keep coming.
I'm gonna pair with my Thundermaw.
Yeah, that sounds like a deck.
Shivan Dragon style.
That sounds like you could kill him in 2 swings.
Dude, it'd only take me 1. You know how much damage they've already taken?
That's a good point.
All right, so Reid Duke. I'd just like to point out, Reid Duke has played Worm Coil Engine, Huntmaster of the Fells, Glimmer Post. He has Thrag Tusk in his deck. There is a lot of life gain being played these days. You'd have to believe pretty hard
Looks like former Ambassador Joe Wilson is here.
I know, isn't he a Beach Boy?
Oh.
So we have Gavoni Township on the Nyapod side. How big of a factor do you think all these action lands are? Because it's so, if you look, the impact is so strongly felt from the colors and combinations. That, like, for instance, not a lot of people playing black-red. Do you really want to Stensia Bloodhall? Compared to, like, Wolf Run,
Yep.
Moorland Haunt, Township, Drownyard.
OMC in play, Heroes Blade Holds. No, like, I think that if Stensia Bloodhall were a little bit better, we would have seen it see play other than in very, very corner decks that occasionally would run it, maybe, if they had room for a colorless land, I guess.
Well, it's super hard anyway, because often black-red decks are the ones who wanted to be Geralt's messaging, right?
It's a big part of it. And then the other part of it is the 2 damage for that much mana is not good enough.
No. No, I would rather spend 6 mana, 5 and a tap. I'd rather spend 6 mana a turn and just put it in the bank. And the bank gives crummy interest.
Tyler, looking at that
Huntmaster,
big, huge werewolf.
Huntmaster versus Hero Bladehold is an interesting little chess match, right? Like, because both have the power to take over the game on their own. Who's going to win?
Oh, is it going to be Zealous Conscripts?
All right.
That's a pretty good one. Reid might be dead. I'll take that.
I wouldn't bother to do the math. I say we wait another 20 seconds and they'll figure it out for us.
Attack, 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 attack. And these guys too. And then let's pump them all up.
That looks like he can live through it. He's gonna have to chump with his dudes, but he can live through it.
5, 9, 11, 13, 16, 20 damage. Best chumps he can do are chumping the 3/3s.
No, the Huntmaster.
Has trample.
Oh, it does. No, I was counting black into Huntmaster. I don't think he's not gonna live, right?
He needs another spell. If he blocks the 2 4/3s, then he'll go down to exactly 12.
Well, the hero's only a 3/4.
Yep. Pump the other guy. Is that 5, 9, 11, 13 die?
Yeah, I think Reid had to block there and see if he just does trample damage wrong. So Kurt Crane, we just got an update. Kurt Crane, the elf player we were watching earlier,
Yeah.
defeats his opponent after attacking for 134 damage.
It's a few.
It's kind of exciting. I'm
Crater
guessing the
Hoof,
Crater
Behemoth,
Hoof was involved.
perhaps.
So Tyler Nightingale takes the match 2-0. Nyapod over Wolf Run Blue. But let's talk about that green-white elf deck we saw earlier.
Yeah. We have a sideboard recorded that will be showing later today with him. So as you guys requested, so we will deliver. A sideboard will be broadcast for all of you later on in the day. I was talking with him though, and he made some interesting comments about the deck. And people have said, "Oh, you're playing Travis Wu's deck. You're playing this person's
It's actually
deck."
quite a bit different. If you see the
Very
exact
different.
list.
If you look at the list, it is not those decks. This is a deck that's very reliant on Restoration Angel as a part of what it does.
And him and his primary playtest partner have been working on this deck for a while. And this is a list of their own creation that it seems like they've taken to a spot where I wouldn't be surprised if this starts making some serious waves.
I
Because
agree.
There's a lot of really good stuff going on there. Particularly if one of the two of them cracks the top 8 of this event, I think that's gonna change the landscape a little bit, because that's a really exciting new element.
Absolutely. Now, one of the things that did happen to his friend has started out 0-3.
Oh.
Now, here's what happened. First round, his friend played against black-blue control, like straight-up black-blue control.
We knew that was going to be a problem.
And you know what happened?
What?
Curse. Black Sun Zenith. And then it happened again.
Yeah.
And that was it. And he was like, okay, that's too bad. And, then he played against another control deck, and finally he played against another control deck. So we can see on the right here, Carl Dillahay a U.S. Nationals top 8 player from 2008. That was the year that I want to say that Michael Jacob